Okay, this is a trickier problem right here. This is number 44, section 4.5. We're looking for the foci. We're looking for an equation of the ellipse. We know this is an ellipse, but we're trying to find an equation for it now. We know what the foci is, and we know what the major axis length is. It's 8. So what we're trying to find when we're trying to find the standard equation right now is we want to find three things. Again, we're trying to find the center, which is HK, and then we're trying to find A, and then we're trying to find B. That's what we're trying to find. Knowing these foci right here, I know that the center will be halfway in between these two foci. Okay, so the 0 is the same. What's halfway between 0 and 4? That's 2. So my center will be 2, 0. We already know that now. My major axis is of length 8. Right here, I know the foci is along the x-axis. I know that the x values are changing. I'm sorry, let me repeat that. The x values are changing on the foci. That means I know the major axis is on the x-axis, and the length is 8. Therefore, I know my A is half of that, because the major axis is 2 times, the length of it is 2 times the value I'm looking for. So A is 4. And also I know here, my foci here is 0, 0, and 4, 0. That half of that would be 2, sort of like how I found the center. Therefore, I know my C value is 2. So now I could determine the B value. Again, C squared equals A squared minus B squared. Since A is bigger than B, in this case, 4 equals 16 minus B squared. Okay, I can subtract 16 over here. I can divide by -1, so B squared is 12. So B equals plus or minus root 12. Let's reduce that, so that's plus or minus 2 root 3. A lot of information that you gotta be comfortable with all of the different equations that we have here. So again, let's think about this again. We knew the center. So this is just intuition you have to develop now. You have to do just plenty of problems just to develop the intuition. Again, foci is 0, 0, 4, 0. I know halfway between the foci is the center. So that's how I found the center. Okay, and I also know if I graph this, just looking at this again, so my foci are at 0, 0, and 4, 0. So those are my foci. I know that my major axis then is along the x-axis here. At least it's horizontal. That's what I should be saying. It's horizontal. Therefore, I know my major axis is along here, and it's length 8, so it's going to look something like, it's like right here. Those are my vertices. So I know my center is right here, and I know the major axis is the length 8. Okay, and A is going to be half of that length. Ugh. Sorry about that, you guys. I know A is half of the major axis. Since this whole length is 8, I know that A is 4. And that goes for the same thing here. I know that the length of here is, for my foci, is 4. Half of that is 2, so that's my C. Again, to find my B, that's the equation I need to use. C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So my final equation here will be, let's just write it as, let's write down the standard equation here. Okay, H is 2, K is 0, A is 4, b is 2 root 3 or root 12. So our final answer is going to be x minus 2 squared over 4 squared, which is 16, plus y minus 0 squared, which is just y squared, over b squared. We had the square root of 12. The square root of 12 squared is 12. So it's just a lot of these problems in this part of the book right here is having the little convoluted ways of trying to find the centers, the A, B's, and C's that you need to write the equation. So you just need to be comfortable with trying to figure out how to find these centers, A, B's, and C's. Try to do all the problems that you can.